All right, this is first Slakia. What forgot? Shalom. This is a Shar by Nasrallah, outlines the camp, located here just for Florida. First and foremost, I look our praise, honor, and glory to the Father and the Son in the proper true Hebrew tongue. Call Halam La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Wakah, Kodash, Ma'amoth. Also, double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS. Double honors to my apostle that underlines the camp as well. Ahar one Basharala. Peace is blessed to 1/3. And citation set over for elect. It's going to be a quick little spirit illustration once again. It's going on 1 Peter chapter 4. It's going into following Hamashiach, which means anointed. You know, try to be the Hamashiach Yim, which means the followers of the anointed. You know, this is what we ought to do right now, man. This is the end of all things. It's the end of it's gonna be end of this place, man. And we're almost there. You ought to watch your steps when you watch how you walk. Make sure you walking good. Make sure your candle's lit. Make sure your wax is what's the organic? Make sure it's good, you know. Make sure everything is nice and dandy. All right, because the Lord's finna come back. He's finna check to see if you're a good candle, see if you lit, see if you staying warm, staying fervent, see if your wax is good. You know, see your fruits. And that's what the Lord is coming to see. If you don't see it, you out of there. The Lord willing, the Lord see part of Him. You know what I mean? All right, this is 1 Peter chapter 4. This is verse 1. It says, "For as much then as Hamashiach have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourself likewise with the same mind. For he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin." All right, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but the will of Yahweh. All right, this is what Yahweh did for us. All right, so we should be willing to do the same thing. We're doing it for Yahweh. Why Yahweh doing it for our Father, which made His earth, you know, and we're doing it for our King, Yahweh, who died for our sins. This is what we should be doing for the Most High Yahweh. You know, this is what we're doing for ourselves, man. Why not get salvation? Why not get saved? That's what we need right now. People need saving. All right. So verse 2 says that he no longer should live the rest of his life, his time in the flesh, to the lust of men, but the will of Yahweh. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walk in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that you may rub not with them to the same excess of not speaking evil of you. All right. So, man, read it again. So, for the time past of our lives may suffice as to have wrought the will of verse 4. Wherein they think it strange that you were not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. All right, so man, they two people. If you're not thinking how they think you weird, man. Now the thing is, a lot of people are waking up to the fact that our people is weird right now. Our people have a very strong case of Stockholm syndrome, where they love Esau so much that they want to emulate him and be just like him. All right, and they'll quote unquote love God, you know, not know, you know, nothing about him, nothing about it, you know, what he left behind is his Bible, what he has right here, not know anything about the scriptures. And you have your people on the other side as woke, you know, that be woke and be a whole anomaly. You know, you can't even say you woke, awoken to what? You know, you still sleep, you just sleep walking. All right, you maybe moving your feet around, but that don't mean you're going nowhere. All right, and then on top of that, you have you know, these quote unquote, you know, rebellious or you know, our people that are like these Black Panthers that want to try to, you know, rise up against you, so knowing they ain't well, there's nothing that we can do. or these anybody that anyone that's comfortable in this system that just willy nilly and everything that don't mind being part of this system, being a economical freaking plant, being economical. I don't even know the word, man. Just doing what doing what Esau wants them to do ultimately. All right, it says, who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that it might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to Yahweh in the spirit. But the end of all things is at hand. Be therefore sober and watch unto prayer. So come, man. This is the time that we're in. The end is yet nigh. Man, we're almost there. We know this. Esau know this, man. Esau should know by now that this is not a game that he want to really play all the way to the end. Because if he do, it's game over for him. All right, it's gonna be the end of it. He better keep doing side missions. Because once he completes his main mission, he's out of there. The main villain is gonna be out of there, man. Esau, the Caucasian race. It says, and above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. All right. So, hey, man, try to do the Lord's work, man. That's the most charitable thing you can do. If you're a man, woman, child in the truth, you can as far as women, the elder apostle down here say they do anybody you they're not part of the truth. Or send them a video, send them anything to stimulate their brain, to make sure they know the blood is off in somebody's hands now, on top of a child, and on top of course, the men of the Lord that have the most charitable thing, which is the wisdom and the understanding of the scriptures, and have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, and we could tell the people about what's going to happen to this place, about them parables. All right. That's the most charitable thing you can give to somebody, if not freaking gold, emerald itself, but that wisdom is, of course, far more greater, man. It says, use hospitality one to another without grudging, as every man have. That's good actually, but the end of all things is at hand. Be therefore sober and watch out to prayer, man. So, man, that's the end of that, man. That's what the Lord wants to do. The Lord wants us to be great, so we should be great. Man, all you have to do is try your best, and hope to succeed. Because it's a time to want to put all your dreams, aspiration into this one basket, which is ultimately is true. Knowing that everything else sucks. These banks suck. It's gonna be inflation that's gonna take your money. These bunkers, these cans of beans that people trying to buy, that Esau buying, or even Jake buying, ain't nothing. Everything that this place got set up for itself ain't nothing. And hey, if you don't get with it, you're gonna see very, very soon. But nonetheless, Lord willing, this was an edifying little lesson. With that, I'll say shalom.